Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Today, we're going to give you a little bit of a different kind of an RV park review. We recently stayed at the Thousand Trails Park Sea Pines in Swainton, New Jersey. Now, just a heads up on this park, if you're putting it in your GPS to find it, our GPS couldn't find Swainton, New Jersey. If you use Cape May Courthouse, it took us right to it on one of our GPSs. The other one took Swainton. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to locate the park. This one is one that one of us liked the park a little bit more than the other. So we're going to give you each of our opinions as we go along.
And see if you can figure out who liked it and who didn't.
And then you can make your decision whether for your style of camping, this is the right place for you.
And that's really what it is all about, is style of camping.
Absolutely. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and take a look at this Thousand Trails Park.
Thanks.
Now here we are heading south on Route 9 towards the park. And I wanted to show you, this is the park map. It's a good sized park. They show 493 campsites. They also give you this when you go in. The orange ones are what they call 2-point sites, and the blue are 3-point. What that means, 2-point is water and electric, 3 points is water, electric, and sewer. That was a different way of terming it than I'd heard of.
Now, I actually spent about 4 years during my growing up years in a military family, and we did a lot of camping with scouting. So this was very reminiscent of the area that I got out. I smelled the fresh air. I absolutely loved it.
Now, we had a real heavy rain. We filmed this the next day, so you will see some water standing. They also went through and regraded the roads before we left and did away with a lot of places where the potholes and the standing water were.
And the speed bumps.
And yes, that was welcome too. The gate is almost always manned from what we saw, but they do give you a code that you can get in the right-hand side of the gate. Just inside the entrance, before you even get to the campsites, on the left is what they call overflow parking and pool parking, but it did look like there was some boat storage being done in there also. The pool is beautiful. There's also a splash pad that wasn't operating at the time I took this, but it was operating most of the time we were there.
Yes.
Really nice little miniature golf area.
Yeah, that was just that's the most beautiful one I've ever seen.
And they're all banked, and
yeah,
it was really nicely done. A nice playground right behind that. And their welcome building there has a gift shop. The time of year we were there, it's only open on weekends. The office is also attached to the side of that.
And weren't we there like over a holiday?
Yes,
we were
busy. Actually there just after Labor Day.
It was busy.
Now the building on the left is their rec center and lodge, and again, I really feel badly. That was locked when we were there, or busy with a party when we were there. So I never got a good shot of the inside, but it was beautiful. The laundry area is right there also, and was spotless clean.
And huge.
Yeah. They do have propane available on site. And we're going around the left-hand loop. There's a main oval, and then there's an oval off to the left and an oval off to the right. We're going to take you through parts of all 3 loops so you can see what the sites are like. There are a lot of non-sewer sites, and in fact, the loop off to, and I'm going to say this wrong, but either the left or the right, one of the entire loops is non-sewer, the other one is sewer, but those are mostly permanents. This is the dump station.
And you kind of had to come in backwards.
Yeah, it was
like,
almost like...
Go there when you first get there.
Yeah, it's almost like the direction we're going, heading into the park, is how you had to go to use the dump. we were debating about using the dump station. We didn't have that much in the tank, so we just waited till we got to our next destination. We were in a sewer site, and I'll let you know why we were talking about the dump station here as we go on a little bit longer. There are a lot of permanents in here, and you can tell by looking at the sites, they really fixed them up.
Oh yeah, they went all out.
One fellow that had an outdoor kitchen in there that must have been 20 foot long with pizza oven and everything on it. Now we're turning and going into the left-hand loop, and the trees are great for shade. You will notice as we go down here and as we come back, they are right up against where you're putting your rig into the spot. So you do kind of have to pick and choose your spot to fit your rig. Not so much the size of the spot, but being able to maneuver to get your rig into the spot.
We did see people kind of testing out a few here and there and going around.
As did I. So we ended up and found a spot that was really relatively easy to get in and out of, and they are there. This place coming up here, I just want you to notice, this is a little bit narrow, navigating between these trees, driving through. And this was just taken in our car. But you do kind of have to pick your spots. There are some low-hanging limbs. They're aware of it. I assume because they're aware of it, they'll probably be getting some of the trees trimmed up before they reopen in the spring. Now, this is a seasonal park. They open the first part of May, and they're open through the middle of October. We were there the first part of September. Now, unlike a lot of parks after Labor Day, their pool was still open. They were definitely still staying busy, especially on the weekends.
Now, I don't remember if you mentioned it, but there was a lot of sand.
Yes.
It's all sand.
Yeah, there's very little grass and there is a lot of sand. This is the bathhouse. There are two of these bathhouses. They're laid out identical, little bit difference as far as the tile and everything inside. But they're large, and they
were busy too.
Yes, they were. And again, you go into a park that has fewer sewer sites, the bathhouses are always busier.
But yeah, there's a lot of sand.
Yes. I feel like we brought a little bit of that with us when we left too. And we will a little bit later on here in the video show you our site. So we're over at the road right now that goes between the center loop and the right hand loop. We're going to cut back across to the road where we first entered here just to get your bearings, and we'll take you on around. One of the prettiest focal points of this entire park is coming up.
Another thing to remember is that this campground is really close to the ocean, and that's the reason it's all sandy like that. It's close.
Literally just probably a 5-minute drive over to the coast.
I think New Jersey is just a sandbar anyway.
But yeah, we drove maybe 15 minutes to the southernmost point of New Jersey down at Cape May, and it was probably a 45-minute drive into Atlantic City. So it's very central and very easy to get to just about anything you want to get to.
Fun place.
Yeah, there was a lot of activity in the park.
Yeah.
Now we're heading towards the very back of the park, and if you look at the map that we put up in the beginning, this would be the left-hand side of the map. And here we make the turn and we're going up across the back of the park. So as you can see, it's It's a big park. It covers a lot of area. Some of the spaces are really, really wide. We had probably what would have seemed like 2 empty campsites on our campsite.
Yeah.
And they were not just empty sites. There was no hookups there or anything. They were just open area. And there's several places in here with open area like that. This is, to me, the highlight of the entire park.
I love this.
Over on the left is their lake and beach.
And it is beautiful, and it's good size too.
Yes, it's really, really huge. The lake is very nice. It's got the fountain in it, so the water's kept moving all the time. It's sandy beach around 3 sides, and then there's a sand trail that goes around the 4th side.
Yeah.
And all of these sites down here on the end of these rows are right across from the beach. And we go just a short ways up here. We'll make the first left. This goes over into that loop, the right-hand loop, which is at the top of the map. And all of these sites going down this road have that same
Facing that view,
have that same great view.
Yeah, look at that.
And lots of beach chairs out there and everything. I can imagine in midsummer what a party place that is.
This is just the way I remembered New Jersey looking like when I was a kid.
Now, we didn't show you the second bathhouse. It looks from the outside identical. The tile on the inside's a little bit different, but it's the same layout. They're both nice size and seem to be adequate size even on a busy weekend.
Yeah.
They were busy, but they weren't.
There wasn't a line.
You're right.
I could see that in the summertime, though.
Yeah. One is on Dune, and one is on Marsh. We were actually, our site was on Dune, and the bathhouse was 2 streets towards the front of the park from where we were.
Maggie made us search for the perfect spot. I will tell you.
Yeah, grass was at a premium there. We ended up walking her up towards the front of the park and up by the...
where they had the overflow parking.
Yeah.
That's where she found us. We found a skunk the first night.
Yes. There's an area that you'll see coming up here where a large cluster of trash dumpsters are. Very adequate for the park. We never saw them full, never had a problem with that. But there was a skunk one night as we were walking. You could see
looked like a good sized one too.
Yeah.
Maggie wanted to go over and say hello.
I was afraid it would go all Pepe Le Pew on her though. So we are coming back up now towards the front of the park. This road curves around to the right and comes up to where we originally came in, there by the lodge, and made a left. Now the road curves right there. That's the main road. We're going to go straight ahead here, and this is the area where I was telling you about the dumpsters. There is a basketball, full court basketball there. And that is the building that is the gift shop and the office over there on the left. If you do need to go to the office there anytime, the office is on the side of the building. It's a little bit different. They do allow you to ship packages in. Now, if you go to the left, you go back by the pool and you go back by the main entrance. I have sped this way up. We're going to go back and show you our site. And we were there for a week. I wanted a full hookup site. I took this site, it was marked as a full hookup, and in fact on the top of our electrical box it has a sticker on there that says sewer. we were not able to use our sewer hookup. And I'll show you why here in just a moment. If you're coming in looking for a full hookup site, I would highly recommend stop, get out, and look. Some of them are a regular sewer site. Some of them looks like there was one sewer site and they've tried to tie into that sewer and make 4 or 5 sites around it to be a sewer site. So that's just a heads up that if a full hookup site is important, it got us out of doing laundry for a week.
That's right.
So all of that area on the campsite there was open. Now there was no grass, it was all sand, but we didn't have a neighbor on our campsite anywhere near us, which was awesome. This is our hookups, and they were all at the back, so I had to run 2 hoses. And you can see there at the electrical box, it says sewer on the top. That is our sewer hookup.
It was kind of wonky.
It was not threaded. It had duct tape all over it, which looked like somebody had been using their sewer hose and duct tape. And that's all the sewer piping going. So
I had many questions.
So as I always say at this point, Cathy, what did you think of Sea Pines?
Well, I actually really like that kind of camping. So I love the place.
It wasn't my favorite, and I have to clarify that and say the beach and lake area was beautiful. The little lodge and rec center down in the beginning that unfortunately we couldn't show you because when I was filming it was locked. And the other time I went to film it, it was full of people. I think it was a football game Sunday. But it was really nice. There were a lot of good points to the park. The hookup situation, the lack of grass, those were my major turnoffs. And just like any place else that you go in coastal New Jersey with all the sand, every time it rains, there were lots of puddles, lots of standing water, but give it a day and it all goes right down, it drains out real quick.
That's right.
So it comes down to what you like, and if that's your style, just beware, there's a lot of trees when it comes to backing into the spots, so be careful, have a spotter with you, but you do have nice shady spots.
Oh yes.
So it, again, just comes down to what you're looking for in a campsite. And if this or any of the other Thousand Trails parks that we've shown you really kind of hit your buttons as someplace you'd like to go, and staying there with no nightly cost sounds like a good thing to you, definitely give our friends Sharon and Warren Lewis a jingle or an email and let them explain to you the different programs that Thousand Trails currently has available. And they've made a lot of changes to their programs, a lot of new programs, and they may have something that will fit your camping style and save you a ton of money on camping, as I know Thousand Trails has for us.
That's right.
So with that said, if you enjoyed the video today, leave us a thumbs up. We sure appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so and ring that notification bell. That way you'll know every time a new video of ours comes out.
And thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.